Hey, this is Pops out in the cave, or the barn, or whatever you want to call it. Why do I have a spark plug in my hand? Well, the main reason is I was replacing a spark plug in this generator that was given to me. Old Chicago Electric, probably from Harbor Freight. And I was just thinking, I set the plug gap here for 30 thousandths, and I think it says on there 27 to 31 on the tag. So I like 30. And people get all twisted about plug gaps, but there's two things that go with a spark plug gap. A, the design of the ignition system, how many volts slash milliamps are going to jump that gap. That's one of the things. The other one is once it's inside that engine, with that fuel air charge inside the cylinder head, this has to have enough power to spark, but at the same time it has to have a large enough kernel to actually take care of what's inside that engine for compression, air, and fuel. The more compression you have, the harder it is to fire a spark, because now there's stuff in between it. And you say, well, that's no big deal because it's air in there. I said, yeah, but air without anything much else in it that's conductive is an insulator. Hence the spark. The spark that you usually get jumps between two elements, and if there's nothing in there to conduct it, well, then it has to jump the gap on its own. Plus there's compressed air in there. Fuel isn't necessarily something to carry electricity, so under compression you have to have enough volts and milliamps to fire the thing, but at the same time you got to have a big enough kernel to fire it. That's why the gap is so important. The design of the system, the leaner the fuel mix, the harder to fire. Why? There's more air, less fuel. The richer the fuel mix, well, to a certain point it's easier to fire to a point. But then both are too slow going out the end. The exhausts are actually going through the power stroke. So if it's too slow to burn, that means you need a hotter kernel to make it fire faster. The other part too is it changes your timing slightly. Maybe you don't notice it, but an engine at 3600 RPM does. So anyway, that's why I came out here. I decided I'd do a quick little video on spark plugs and spark. See you later.